Once again, with the song. Once again, this song. 12th round knockout. We back again. We back. 12th round knockout. We back. Took a long hiatus. Yeah, we back now. We back. What's going on, chat? Got a couple people getting chat. Got a lot to talk about. He's a bum. Yeah, there we go. There we go. He's a bum. Yeah. We got Keyshawn and Dalosantos. We got Keyshawn and Dalosantos coming up. That's gonna be a good fight, but it's a lot that comes with that, man. I was just reading and and Showtime, boxing Showtime, where Keyshawn said he gonna try to unify, and he said, um, that's with Shakur Stevenson and someone else. And I'm thinking, so now you'll fight Shakur? I remember when he said he'd never fight Shakur. So now he'll fight him. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. But that fight with De Los Santos and Keyshawn, that's gonna be a good fight. I really want to see that fight. I really want to see how he do against De Los Santos. I really do. I really want to see how he match up with him. I really do. Opposed to when what Shakur did. You know, Shakur didn't look that good against De Los Santos. He ran. He got out the way, but he still won. At the end of the day, that's all that mattered is that he won. He won the fight. You know, so what can we say? He's a bum. Yeah, yeah. We got Richard Hitchison. This is what's crazy. This is what I don't understand. We got Richard Hitchison fighting George Cambosis. Where is this matchup coming from? Shakur Stevenson going with Lou DiBella. What happened with Turkey Ali Sheik? What happened with Eddie Hearn? What happened with all that stuff? All of a sudden, now he's going with Lou DiBella. Like Lou DiBella gonna get him some fights. I'm starting to think styles make fights now. That's what I'm starting to think. Shakur's style is what's stopping him from growing. Ever since the De Los Santos fight, Shakur Stevenson has went down. He hasn't grown at all. He been getting tomato cans, literally tomato cans, cab drivers. He can't get a fight, and then, the Shakur fans, the diehard Shakur fans, they quick to say, nobody don't want to fight him. Let's be real. Let's be all the way real. Why wouldn't you want to fight Shakur Stevenson? Why? What'll make you not want to fight Shakur Stevenson? I don't understand. I'm waiting. I don't get it. If you come into the chat, please subscribe to the channel. That's all I ask. Is please subscribe to the channel, like the channel. I appreciate that. I really do. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on with Tank and Roach. Why, why, you know, why that's not happening. Why, why Tank people feel, now is not the time. I don't get it. I don't understand. I really don't. I don't understand what's going on in the sport of boxing, man. um, the best not really fighting the best. Um, I just sat back for almost a month and just watched everything. And then I thought Pielo and Antoine Russell signed the contract. I actually thought they signed the contract. Come to find out, Pielo's fighting somebody else. Locked in. The fight is locked in. Pielo is the guy who beat Antoine Russell. That's the guy who beat him. So I'm watching. I'm on my Showtime app, and I see that he has a fight coming up, and I'm like, wow, what happened to the contract that was allegedly was signed and it was a go, and they was gonna fight. What happened to that? What happened to Jalil Hackett um rematch? He broke his leg. He's a bum. I don't know what's going on with these guys, man. These people tripping. These people tripping. And then what's just so amazing to me is how Keyshawn Davis will all of a sudden now he'll fight Shakur. That's just mind boggling. And Shakur is literally stuck in limbo. He's really stuck in limbo. From what I hear, he's fighting Cepeda. But is that locked in? I don't see it on the Showtime app. But according to what what I was told, he Shakur Stevenson is fighting Cepeda. And all fights come through Paul, come through Showtime, Showtime Sports, Showtime Boxing. All boxing matches go through that. They give you the times, the updates, where the fight's at, everything, everything. And I don't see Shakur and Cepeda fight. Maybe it's not up yet. I don't know, but I don't see it. If you come into the chat, please like, subscribe. Please like, subscribe the channel, please. That's all I ask. And I want to say this. In the sport of boxing, people always talk about you have to sell seats and you have to do this and you have to do that. I get that. I really do. But how can a man's style actually stop him from being great? That's just crazy. Nobody wants to see Shakur fight because he's boring. That's what they say. He's boring. But if you don't know the sport of boxing, you're gonna say he's boring because you don't know the sweet science of boxing. You're gonna say he's running. I get that because a lot of people are casual fans. A lot of people love the sport of boxing and been watching it for years and years and years, but they just don't know boxing. They know all the guys that's winning. They know the guys with the big names. I get it. But if you knew footwork, thinking, timing, if you knew that, you would know that Shakur is different. You would know Shakur is a great boxer. And that gave that Dalosantos fight gave everybody a out. Everybody. It gave everybody a out to not fight him. And that's just corny. Because you got these bums that go in there and bang all day, pause, getting their head knocked one sided, banged around the ring, and that's what people want to see. That's what people want to see. Can't be mad at that. People spend their money, they want to see knockouts. They want to see fighting. They want to see a fight. They want to see boxing. And just so happened Shakur is not the type of fighter that get hit. You just don't get hit. And what's mind boggling again is how the snake, I'm gonna start calling him the snake, Keyshawn, sounding from the way he sound, from what he said in the interview with Showtime Boxing, he want to unify, you know, if that's going through Shakur, and he named another fighter, um, but he didn't name Tank. But he talked all that crap about Tank and still talking crap about Tank, but he didn't name Tank in that unified thing. Tank got the WBC. Salute. What's up, Nick? What's up, my guy? Nick, my boy. That's my boy. Yeah, man. I wanna, but the question is this: Can can Keyshawn beat Shakur Stevenson? Can he beat him? And it's another thing. It's another thing. What side Bud picking? Who like what Bud gonna do? What side Bud gonna play if they do fight? What side Bud gonna that's what I want to know. That's what I'm dying to know. Like what side Bud gonna play? That's his team, you know. That's his team. That's they all down the gym together. Bud working with him, Bud training with him, doing that. Like I'm talking about Keyshawn, Bud working with him, train with. Bud know all Shakur weaknesses and his strengths. He know it all. And then I know for a fact Shakur Stevens is fucking confused. Why is he going with Lou DiBella? For what? For what? Lou DiBella just walked out of the arena on Ryan Garcia when he lost the Tank. Everybody remember Lou DiBella was his manager, was managing him and De La Hoya played the other role, but Lou DiBella was his manager. After the loss to the Tank, because after he lost the Tank, they felt in their heart that he quit, and all of them walked out on him. They walked out of the arena on him, just left. That I'm gonna tell you, me personally, if Shakur Stevenson and Keyshawn Davis fight, that will be crazy. But in the amateurs, you gotta fight your boy all the time. In the amateurs, you constantly fighting your man. But we talking about the pros. We talking about, you know, Keyshawn always said, I'll never fight. I'll never fight Shakur. I'll never fight Shakur. He can't fight. Yo, get that bum out of here, man. Yo, get that bum out of here. Get him out of here. Get him the fuck out of here. Yeah, but like, man, it don't make no sense. It don't make no sense at all. Then, like the way they moving, the way they moving, Keyshawn, he 13-0 with a title. But if y'all remember when he first came on the scene, the pro scene, he said, Loma did it. Loma did it. They gonna push me too. Loma did it. And I'd be damned if Top Rank didn't push him and still pushing him and gonna continue to push him because quiet as kept, they believe wholeheartedly that Keyshawn is a better fighter than Shakur Stevenson. That's why they don't give a fuck about signing him. Let's keep it real. You're not gonna let a fighter like Keyshawn walk. I mean Shakur walk. You're gonna pay him. It's like everybody's seeing Shakur for what he is and turning their back on him. He was just talking crazy about Eddie Hearn. What happened with that? What happened with that unison? What happened? What happened with the Eddie Hearn thing? What happened with Turkey Ali Sheik loving him? The sport of boxing is a mean, cruel sport. It's no loyalty in the sport of boxing. None. Look at Kid Austin. Get Shakur all the way around the other side of the fucking world to make up this bizarre story, not the fight. Fooled everybody. He fooled the world. He knew he wasn't fighting Shakur. He knew that when he signed the contract. He knew that. And then Tank just straight up, in other words, saying he's not wasting his time. But I want to see how Keyshawn, I want to see how he do with Dalosantos. I really do. I want to see how he do because Dalosantos is chinny. Let's keep it real. He's been beat on. He's been dropped. Ryo dropped him. Um, he don't have a chin of steel. If somebody like Tank or even Abdullah Mason, even Keyshawn hit him on that chin, right? They gonna stop De Los Santos. He just hit hard. He's not the boogeyman. He's not a boogeyman. He's not at 135. Tank had a bad night with Roach. Roach had his number. Um, we all don't know what would have happened in them last 2 rounds. We just don't know what would have happened. And that's why the sanctioning bodies, that's why New York um athletic whatever didn't overturn the fight because you cannot predict what would happen. So how can they overturn something when they don't know what would have happened in them last 2 rounds? So they didn't overturn the shit, which was right. You don't know what's gonna happen. So how you gonna overturn something? People are crazy. You know, Want to see Tank lose so bad, so bad. But what I'm geeking on is Africa. Elias known as Richard Hitchison publicly saying that George Kambosos is a D class fighter. Why is he talking crap to me and what you gonna do to him and this and that? You just said it, champ. He a D class fighter. He stayed getting beat up. He stayed getting dropped. He had his 15 minutes of fame. He had his hurrah. The shit over. When Devin Haney go over to your country and beat you twice with a jab the first time, he's a bum. Straight up. He's a bum. Straight up and down. Trash. Garbage. And why are you even fighting him? You supposed to be fighting Matias. Why are you not fighting Matias? Matias got a tomato can lined up. Matias has a tomato can lined up. You have a tomato can lined up. Why didn't y'all come together and make boxing fun? But y'all both took tomato cans. Oh man. The man lost every round. Ah! Ah! You got 12 whole rounds. Real talk. You got Fannin. You got Fannin stealing ass. Talk. Yeah, he, bro. What are you? What are you? Y'all cheating now. Y'all cheating. Now you go on Fannin. I went on there today and hung out for about 20 minutes. Guys wasn't even calling in about boxing. They was calling in about the Carmelo thing, the Carmelo Anthony thing, with the young guy getting stabbed and this and that. He, he have topics now. What the? He have topics now. Trump ain't even talking about boxing on the regular. He have different topics and people calling in and they talking on that topic. What happened to talking about boxing? And as long as them dumbass people sending them super chats in, he gonna continue to talk about topics. And it's crazy. You come in all boxing and now you switching over to topics and all sorts of weirdo stuff. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. Salute the Junior, King Junior. Salute the Junior Senior. Salute to you guys from Ohio. Salute to y'all. Salute to the whole Upton. Salute, salute. Salute to people that tuned in. I just wanted to get a feel of it. I'm back like I never left. My boy Malik will be back so we could talk some boxing. Um, like, subscribe. I appreciate it. Really do. Oh, one more thing I want to touch on before I go. Abdullah Mason, his he got a 10 rounder coming up on the Shakur Stevenson card. The guy he's fighting is a tomato can. He's nothing. Like, oh, Mason got some. He got some competition. You know, fuck no. The guy, he's a bum cab driver. You know, um, that's who Abdul Mason have next. You know, I do this podcast and shit because I love the sport of boxing. I don't, you know, I don't get into the politics. Like I'm not gonna sugarcoat nobody stuff. If you fighting tomato cans and and you doing it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Period. I think Shushu Carrington is overrated. I think he's super overrated. I don't see I just don't see it. You know, is he a good fighter? Yeah, he could box. He boxed his ass off. You know, but I have to compare him. He's in the same age bracket with Keyshawn. I mean, with Shakur. How Shakur then had titles in three different weight classes, and Shushu never had a title. How? How is that? But he's this, you know, he's this great fighter. Man, you overrated, man. He's overrated. See, I say the shit that people want to say, but they don't really want to say because they want to take their numbers up to 2 million. They want the super chats. They want, you know, they want they want to bring them on as guests. They want to do all that. They want, all that is cool and it's fun and it's hot. And I'll be there one day if it pleases God. My channel will grow just like everybody else's. But I'm just not the type of dude that's gonna get on here publicly and start sugarcoating shit. Because I tell you, and this is a fact, you will come to me before I come to you. Because I'm gonna stay doing exactly what I do. I don't wish losses or downfalls on nobody. I wish all my peoples, especially the black fighters, win, win big, win all the titles, do they thing. You know, I love my people, but I'm always stay true to the game. That's me. Look, I just keep it a being, bro. Like I'm not gonna that what? Nick, my guy. My guy. That's my guy, Nick. Abdul Malik, you know, uh, uh, I think the guy overrated, man. I really do. I really do feel that Choo Carrington is super overrated. He finally fighting for a title um next month, you know, and God's willing he'll win a title. He should. He damn near 30. He should win a title. He should. The man lost every round. Oh, man. Salute to all my people. Salute Abdul Malik. Salute, 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 salute. Salute to all the homies that fool with me. Salute to all my people. Please like, subscribe, 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 subscribe. I will be on 3-4 times a week. As long as it's God's will, I'll be here. Y'all know how I ended the same way all the time. Jersey.